Now, nationwide viewers know her as the calm voice telling other people's stories, but lately Anne Cassin herself has been the one in the spotlight. The nationwide presenter and veteran broadcaster who has close family ties to Clare has swapped the studio for the dance floor on Dancing with the Stars. As I'm sure you've all seen her in action, embracing lifts, sequins and some very personal moments along the way. It's Fright Night on Dancing with the Stars this coming Sunday. Is the first dance off of the series Looms. And Anne Cassin, a very good morning to you. Thanks for being with us on Morning Focus.
Good morning, Alan. It's lovely to be on your show. Thank you for having me. And I was listening to your forecast, wet and windy. Where can I tell you, it's absolutely biblical here. The rain is cat. It's really shocking. Cats and dogs.
Yeah.
So all the more reason for people to stay in and watch the telly.
Yeah, and I hear that's going to continue into tomorrow as well. So batten down the hatches. I suppose it's appropriate you're on Clare FM. I mentioned you do have connections to Clare.
So that's absolutely true. My sister Lillian has been in Clare, I'd say north of 30 years now. She's married to Tom Howard and she lives in Kilnaboy, the kind of Currafin area. So I have been trekking up and down to that part of County Clare for many years now. It's a place I have great affection for because it's family now, and my sister, her husband and their 3 children live there. So strong connections with County Clare, and I love it. I love the wildness. I love the Wild Atlantic Way and Esteim, you know, Liscannor, Lahinch, all the beautiful parts of Ireland that we get to feature on Nationwide. So sometimes when I'm maybe doing a story in the Burren or in Esteim or whatever, I can scoot over to Lillian and make it a family visit as much as work when I'm in the area. So that's to celebrate in County Clare.
And I've no doubt there's a spike in TV viewership of Dancing with the Stars in that part of the county. You're someone, though, Anne, you turned it down the opportunity before, so but now you've come from there to totally embracing being on Dancing with the Stars. How did that all come about?
Well, I think that's the only way to approach it, Alan, to be honest. I was asked a few years ago when the children were kind of more teenage years, and I suppose maybe a little bit harder for them to kind of tolerate the idea of their mother being on the television, but also the practical facts of it were that life was really, really busy at that time. So my children are grown up now. They're all doing different things, working and studying and so forth. So I have the kind of family space and time to do it. And also at this time of my life, I keep saying this, but it's actually, the clock is not going back for anybody like me. I'm all about now at this stage embracing new challenges and trying new things. So dancing has been challenging. It's been totally immersive, the whole experience. Not just the dancing side of it, but also the media side of it, the social media side of it, and getting to grips with learning something that I was quite nervy about going into because I haven't had formal training. I did Irish dancing as a kid 150 years ago, and really since then my fitness has been around, running and hiking and that sort of stuff, not the precision of steps.
Yeah, and I guess that's
it leaves you a bit exposed. You know what I mean? When you're on that dance floor and you're going across, you actually have to shut out the idea that the entire country is looking at you and potentially judging you, and you just have to get past that and embrace the sequins, the lights, and of course the support that you have from your pro dancer, who is your rock, your guide all the way through the dances.
And I guess that is the double challenge for anyone who is asked and is mulling over the prospect of becoming a contestant on Dancing with the Stars. Potentially, even if you're someone who's not a great dancer, you've 2 left feet, you have that hurdle to overcome. But also, as you say, the fitness element. If you're not someone who has even contemplated a couch to 5K, those are 2 big hurdles to overcome.
Yeah, I would say you really would need to get your fitness up if you were approached. Now, I was approached way back in August, and from talking to other people, I think that's around the time frame that most people are approached. You do have scope, to get your fitness up, but it's a funny kind of thing because the dances they're quite short, really, when you break them down. They're about 1.5 minutes, 1:45 seconds, but the intensity of the experience, you see at the end of them all, Alan, if you watch the show, that everybody is puffing at the end of it, including the pro dancers. So fitness is a key part of it, and having rhythm, I'd say, is another piece, and being musical is another piece. There are so many elements to this. It's really beyond the sequins and the spray tan.
And Anne, how many of those boxes did you tick going into this experience, or how many did you have to brush up on?
Well, Well, I was fit, but I am the proud possessor of 2 left feet.
Myself, that's okay. We're a big club.
And the thing about the journey is, and I would have spoken to Marty Morrissey, your Clare County compatriot, if that makes kind of sense about it, because he had done it as well, that you kind of get your steps right, and then you're thinking, oh, I'm flying this now, I'm grand, and then, you try and put your arms, try and get yourself in frame. So the foxtrot, all of those kind of steps, those dances are very demanding when you're trying to get your upper body in coordination with your bottom part of you. But I suppose what it has given me has a complete and utter respect for what ballroom dancing and Latin is all about. And, the pro dancers, the commitment they have, their levels of fitness, the care they take of their bodies, because their bodies is their instrument. And I have my fitness has got better, I have to say, and I'm still working on the steps. So it's hard work, I have to say. As soon as this is over now, I'm going to go down to the kitchen because I'm at home and take over the kitchen and practice my steps before I go into rehearsal later on this afternoon, because we have a jive coming up on Sunday, and that is fast and furious.
Yeah, and we're going to get to that. And I mean, I've watched the show, and as you say, I mean, the dances and the grand scheme of things are quite short, and it's a minute 45 seconds. But I'm sure when you're doing it, it feels like an eternity. And how difficult is it, as you said, to block out the thought that there's the audience in the studio, there's the judges, and there's the big audience at home watching? How difficult is it for you to block all of that out?
You just push it out. You say, I've done live television before, I can do this. You kind of speak to the audience in that way. So I did the dedicated dance on Sunday, which was dedicated to my mother. It was an American Smooth. So you sort of say to yourself, I'm doing it for her. I'm channeling her. So you don't really think anymore then about the live audience. You're thinking about the people at home who perhaps have been touched by the dedication. And I suppose it's been very heartwarming. Even today, even a few days after the show, I'm still getting messages of support. People who would have, because I dedicated my dance to my late mother Nancy, and I'm still getting messages of sort of empathy and solidarity with people in the audience or people at home who have suffered bereavement as well. And you realise then that it's kind of not really about the dance, it's about a shared experience. It's about something that makes us all human, and having our mothers is the most human thing of all. So I suppose that's a long-winded way of answering your question, Alan, about trying to get past, the nerves and people looking at me and checking my steps. Really what they're seeing is that somebody's doing something new and hopefully as elegantly as possible to the memory of someone they loved.
Yeah, and I mean, look, it must have been lovely to have people on board knowing that you've got that support, because they see your dedication. It's something so many have been through. And do you think sharing that part of your story has helped people see a different side of you as well, Anne?
It surprised me. I got quite emotional in the interviews, and funny, I teared up on it in the interviews, and then on Sunday when we were doing rehearsal, the producer says, you should look at the report, the what we call in the business the VT, but the little sequence of images, and I was sort of surprised and I got teared up. I just find it extraordinary that there's this humanity in our core, this love that we have that still comes out, and I think that people respond to that. It's not the side of me that I would have portrayed doing Nationwide, where I'm very much the facilitator of other people. I'm the person who brings other people's stories out. So that's been, at this stage of my career, it's been quite revealing and a little bit strange to show vulnerability. But sure, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with showing a bit of vulnerability?
Nothing at all. And as you say, you dance the American Smooth to Fleetwood Mac's Don't Stop You and your dance partner Robert Ravinsky. How key has he been in your, I guess, becoming more comfortable in this, previously alien environment of dancing on national television?
The relationship you have with your pro dancer is critical. It's the relationship that has to work. So because you're guided by your pro dancer, they're the ones who literally put through your steps. So you have to trust him. And he has been a rock for me. He has, he's done the choreography. and has taken on board, some of the things that I can do or can't do. And the other thing is that on a practical level, he speaks to me all the time during the show. I mean, it's people probably don't notice, but he's telling me my steps as we're going through the show, and he's saying, keep your elbow up, or frame, or left, right. And I mean, without that, I'd be actually completely lost, because I am totally listening to him with my smile on my face. He's got his smile on his face, but he's still, issuing the orders and the steps as we go along. And I think it happens with all of the couples, but you don't really notice it. So it's a kind of an internal kind of language that we have just to make me feel safe and sure that I am on top of the steps. So to sum up, it's a critical relationship, and he's been very experienced. He's done, I think this is his 7th season with Dancing with the Stars, so very experienced and very solid, and also he's an inspirational dancer himself, so that's always nice to have a fantastic dancer who's your partner.
I'm sure he appreciates that you follow the instructions, but also that you're able to do things and enjoy aspects of it as well. He says you're the first celebrity partner he's had who actually loves the lift, so you've got that sense of fearlessness, which I guess he appreciates too.
Yeah, he said that. I didn't realise that. Yeah, there was kind of a build up to lifts. I mean, last week it was like, we're going to do a lift, and there was countdown, 3 days to go before we did the lift, and I was kind of thinking, okay, right. Anyway, I know there is a kind of technique to being able to kind of jump with them and then to land. Absolutely loved the lift. Love the lift, and I think we're going to have a couple more on Sunday, so I'm looking forward to that. It also means I don't have to worry about steps.
You've said that the easiest dance is the one you've just done, and I've no doubt you'll be saying that following your jive for Fright Night on Sunday, but I'm sure in the lead up to it there's always the element of butterflies in the stomach, and this week and the rules change, the dance off is back. Does that help ramp up the nerves?
Oh, of course it does. I'm trying to push that out of my mind at the moment. I'm just concentrating on the steps, but absolutely, yeah. I mean, it's a phrase I've overused on this show. This is the business end. Yeah, it's the reality of the show, the dance off. There you have it. It is another bit of a pressure, but really you're just taking it step by step, to use the dancing parlance. But I mean, we're all facing it. All of us are ultimately facing it. Well, not all of us, but, it's an element that right now could potentially affect all of us. And what will happen is that you're going to end up potentially, in a dance-off with somebody who's your friend, because we've become friends and compadres in this little Dancing with the Stars bubble, So that's something that you wouldn't really look forward to. But hey, it's a long way off at this stage, Alan.
It is. And even the friendship will have to be put to one side in the heat of the moment. And it's one of the things that people love about the show is the variety of dances. So, the Americans moved last week. This week it's the jive. Just for those of us like myself with two left feet, just how different is that particular challenge from what you've just done?
Well, let's say, aside from the cha-cha-cha, I've done the kind of the more ballroom-oriented dances like the foxtrot, the American Smooth, or quick step, where it's about obviously very important and detailed footwork and the frame, your body, how you hold it, how you keep yourself graceful and rigid, and with your neck kind of extended out is part of the formality of it. The jive is high energy. It's not quite so structured on the upper body, but the footwork is really fast and it has to be high kicking, high energy. So I'm sitting in the kitchen at the moment trying to do my pointy toe kicks at the speed of lightning, Alan. Speed of lightning.
We've no doubt you'll reach that speed.
So I need strong ankles. I was thinking of ordering a pair of new ankles because of this bouncing on the ankles at the moment. So it's every dance is a challenging dance. Every dance is the hardest dance you're ever going to do, and then you get it done, and it's the easiest dance. So I'm just going to put the hours in there to try and get the practice up to get the steps in. It'll be lovely, actually. I can't reveal exactly what we're going to be doing, but it's going to be really, really cool. I'm really, really looking forward to this.
As we all are, Anne. And what are you most hoping the judges and us viewers see in your performance this Sunday, regardless of how it goes?
That I did my very best. And that I tried my very best and I left everything on the floor. in terms of my energy.
Yeah, not your ankles. You definitely need new ones then. Well, look, we wish you luck with it, Anne. There's going to be a lot of people watching, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of eyeballs glued to Dancing with the Stars in North Clare in particular as well.
Well, I'm hoping they vote for me in North Clare. I'd be very grateful for a few votes.
Yeah, we'll see. Maybe the voting will extend beyond North Clare to the rest of the county. Anne, thank you so much, and the very best of luck ahead of Fright Night. And thanks for having a chat with us on the show.
It's been a pleasure. Thank you.
Thank you. That is the nationwide presenter Anne Cassin, who will be jiving this Sunday on Fright Night for Dancing with the Stars.